Hello. Before we start today's episode, if you would like a condensed version of what I'm talking about in this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the Perfectionist Guide. You can read the entire thing in 3 minutes or less. To access this, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/newsletter. Are you a bit of a perfectionist, type A, hyper performer? Then you know that having the audacity to see an ideal and bring it into reality while breaking generational habits of hustle can be tough, but it doesn't have to be. If you are ready to burn bright instead of burning out, to lead without losing yourself, and to enjoy the life you have worked so hard to create, then keep listening. I'm your host, America's leader on rewiring perfectionism, CLG, and this is Perfectionism Rewired, the podcast. Welcome to Perfectionism Rewired. This is episode number 77. We are all the way in the holiday season. I love an LA winter. Which is probably like spring for a lot of you. But for me, I am appreciating the cooler temperatures and all the Hallmark Christmas movies, looking at the lights on our night walks with Chandler. And it is so much fun. It gets dark here now when it's 4 o'clock and I still need to walk my dog. I want to make sure we keep it safe. So I found the most fun collar for him that looks like a giant, huge glow stick. I got it in pink because my favorite color, and we are a gender neutral household. And it is just so much fun to see him walk with it on because he does this shimmy thing with his shoulders. If you want to see our adventures, today we are discussing how to disarm the terrorist inside your brain. A terrorist is a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. And so when I read that, I thought, okay, yes, that definitely describes the voice that is in all of our minds, goes far beyond an inner critic. An inner critic makes it sound like it's sophisticated or, oh, it's just a bad review. It's just like Siskel and Ebert, or it's like Rotten Tomatoes. It got an extremely low score, but that's just like one part of it. It's like, no. When you are a perfectionist, when you are an overachiever, when you're frozen in procrastination, or you have to people please, you feel like your life literally depends on it, then it's not an inner critic. This is the news ticker 24/7. This is the soundtrack and it is on all the way up. And so I do agree that, like, yes, they are using unlawful violence and intimidation against us. And so I looked up, what is politics? Politics is, according to dictionary.com, politics are the activities associated with the governance of a country or other area, especially the debate or conflict among individuals or parties having or hoping to achieve power. When you think about that, the governance is of you, right? The sovereignty of you. You are your own country here. You are your own governance. The conflict is about what you, the person, the soul, you, your internal authority, you, the unique human, what you want to do, and then what your asshole brain is saying to you. You feel like conflicted, like there's part of you that wants to do this, but then there's this other part of you that's like, oh no, I couldn't do that because of XXXXX, is the one who is trying to achieve power and is using the unlawful violence and intimidation against you. I am giving you the best gift that I can give you is for me to be uncomfortably vulnerable. If you haven't already guessed that, just by the nature and tone of today's episode, I'm giving you a glimpse into what my brain was like, how I really thought about myself. And I remember the first time I started learning all of this information and I couldn't believe it because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not broken. I am good enough and I'm not deeply defective. I realized that I am just a human having a human experience. And once you start learning what all of that means, you are able to live in a way that you just have a lot more joy and a lot more satisfaction in your life. You have so much more freedom. So when you are saying no to coaching with me and you are saying no to looking at yourself this way, what you're saying no to isn't really me. What you're saying no to is you're saying, I'm not getting started on my transformation today. You're saying, I'm not saying yes to taking 100% responsibility and power over my goals today. I know that after we get through today's episode, you're going to be like, holy fuck, what the fuck have I been sitting on? CLG, please be my coach. For some of you, your wish will come true. The only way to make that happen is to go to the link in the show notes. There is such a pain that is experienced by us when we settle for our lives that are basically okay. That's how it was before I hired my first coach. It was okay. There was nothing terrible, but it didn't feel that awesome either. Could be worse, could be better. Before I hired my one-on-one coach, I didn't know that it was even impossible to achieve incredible things without sacrificing myself. I didn't think that I could attain the stellar results that I was used to if I did not eviscerate every single thing. My life felt dreadful. Even though everything seemed fine on the outside, I was miles away from where I was in my teens and even my early 20s when I had severe, depression and eating disorder. And I was off all pharmaceuticals. So it was in the seventh ring of hell from when I was born until my early 20s. I wasn't there anymore, but it was still dreadful. It just wasn't as bad as it was. It seemed fine from everyone else on the outside. Like I was really good at pretending. I had a high profile job. I had a good place to live, and everyone else thought that I was happy and confident and that I really didn't have any big problems. I know that you listening to this, that you feel this way too, and your life is basically fine. It's not a dire emergency, but what no one else knows and what no one else knew for me is that there is a terrorist living inside your brain 24/7, and they cut you down every chance they get. And it is a fucking nightmare. The terrorist inside my mind would say things to me. These are all taken from my notes that I sent to my coach and from my journals. This is the tamer stuff. Even though we do say fuck on this podcast, I don't want to make it NC-17, okay? My mind would say things to me like, you're a shit stain of a human. All of your decisions are wrong. You're a sad, pathetic loser. Everything about you, down to your handwriting, is messy and it takes up too much room. Anything good in your life is in spite of you and won't last very long because everything you touch turns to shit. Nobody even really likes you. Like all of your friends, Courtney, they feel sorry for you because you are just so fucked up and so broken. And those things that you want for yourself, yeah, they're not happening for you because you're just not disciplined enough. She was the loudest voice in my brain. And I was spoken to that way all day, every day by myself. I'm taking full responsibility for this. I was personally victimized by a Regina George of my own creation. And oh, that's not all. I cringed whenever I saw myself in a photo, anytime I was faced with, the reality of this is what I look like. I couldn't stand it. Because I thought, one of many things that I thought was that I looked like the bulging eye character from Harry Potter. I lived silently seething because I thought that other people's approval and my accomplishments dictated how I was allowed to feel about myself. I spent all of my time trying to escape the anxiety by compulsively perfecting, overachieving, partying, learning, and going to 3 class passes a day. Being alone or doing nothing was literal torture for me. Why do you think I got Chandler? Living a life like that, it's not fine. No jokes right here. And you don't have to tolerate it, not even for one more day. I know with absolute certainty that you are not broken and you are not too much and you are not undisciplined enough. Whatever words your brain is using to waterboard you with, whatever that voice inside, whatever that terrorist inside your head is saying to you right now, I know. And I can say this because I am an expert at disarming terrorists inside your mind. This is one of my superpowers. I've done it for myself and it continues to happen with all of my one-on-one coaching clients, I know that true and lasting change is inevitable when you coach with me. And every day that you aren't getting coached by me is one more day that you are accepting lies about the limits of who you are and what you're capable of. You deserve a better life than that. If you have no one else in your life, if I am the only person in your life, because for me, that's who my life coach was for me. She was the only person in my life who I'm getting teared up thinking about this. She was the only person in my life who said to me, Courtney, love, you don't have to live this way anymore. Partially because I didn't tell anyone what was happening inside my brain. I just thought it was normal. And I was scared shitless of what is someone going to think if I were to tell them this? Because when I had repeated out loud something that was happening inside my mind. I remember I said this to a boss of mine one time. He was just like, Courtney, why would you ever think that about yourself? I felt shamed and judged and wrong and criticized for what was happening inside my brain. And you're already getting that enough. You already hear that enough. So why would you tell anyone else to just get that some more? We're not masochists. The work that we do together in personal one-on-one coaching will disarm the terrorist in your head so you can be present and actually experience your life, because I am telling you, there is so much of your life right now that you are not able to experience, that you don't even realize, because of that voice that you have in your head. When you are able to start directing your mind and turn it into a tool for you to use instead of it using you and it dragging you, that changes everything. You can't just wait another week. Wait until you feel more confident. Wait until you get your guest house remodeled first. I know this pain intimately. And every day you're not getting coached by me is one more day you're most likely enduring severe emotional terrorism from inside your own brain. And every day you're not getting coached by me is one more day that you are spending money on things that will only temporarily bring you relief from all that suffering and won't help the root cause of what's happening at all. And it actually might even possibly make the root cause worse. Think about how much money are you spending right now on presents and vacations and Michelin meals and Starbucks and Target runs and Fendi purses and all of these other things that are providing you the temporary escape from all of that pain and noise that is happening in your mind and isn't changing the cause of it at all. And it's actually making the cause of it worse, because this thing that you've had happening, for me, it was over 30 years. You're just adding to that. Like, you're just adding that fuel to the fire. Every day you're not getting coached by me is one more day you pass up opportunities because your brain right now is blocking you from creating these opportunities. You pass up an opportunity to get a promotion and get paid more at work because your brain is telling you you're an imposter. You're not perfect enough. Chad is more deserving. And then you believe it. And you pass up the opportunity to have better friends because your brain is telling you you're lucky your current friends like you. Your friendship goes back with them a long time. What would that mean if you stopped being friends with them? You pass up the opportunity to be in a thriving romantic relationship because your brain is telling you lies like your body's not good enough. You come from a broken home. It's not that bad. At least you have somebody. Somebody's better than nobody because nobody would like you're ugly. Every day you're not getting coached by me is one more day that you allow shitty standards, shitty boundaries, and other people's shitty behavior into your life. Every day you're like, oh, I'll do it later. Every day that you are not getting coached by me is one more day that you are not using the gifts that you have to benefit the world because they are being blocked by perfectionism, people-pleasing, and procrastination. Every day is one more day that you are adding toxic stress to your body and you are prematurely aging your cells and your face. Every day is one more day you're believing the lie that you are a bad mother or a terrible father or the worst sister or you're such an awful son, that you're the black sheep of the family. Every day you're not getting coached by me leads to one more night where you're staying up laying in your bed, unable to fall asleep because your mind is racing with regret about the past and fears about the future. Every day you delay coaching with me is one more day that you say yes to people, places, and things that are draining and depleting you. I want you to be able to see these different possibilities and to really believe what you are capable of and worthy of. There is nothing that you can bring me that is off limits. I don't want you to miss out. I know that there are so many of you that are like me and you had that voice in your head for so long and you didn't believe that there could be a better existence because no one's talking about it. So I'm talking about it. If you noticed in this episode that holy cannoli, holy wow, I read you like a menu. If you're nodding your head yes, listen closely because I might have the solution you've been searching for. My Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, a 6-week, highly individualized one-on-one coaching experience designed exclusively for perfectionists like you. Your perfectionism is actually your greatest asset, and leveraging it can be hard work or take years of guesswork. That's why in Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator, I give you my key frameworks to taking charge of your Ferrari drive, proven to work even for the most type A, high-strung, stubborn perfectionists. In the first 30 days, you will cut your burnout in half, increase your professional fulfillment by at least 150%, and your self-compassion will go up at least 250%. And that is just your first 30 days. So if you want to save yourself years of trial and error, go to CourtneyLoveGavin.com/accelerator today. Or if you want to take the easy way, just click the link in the show notes to check out the Perfectionism Rewired Accelerator.